Hello, my name is Tulintapa and let's not continue the story because let's continue the story because why not? It's not I'm not talking about the impact story. I'm talking about the story of my life. So I left at the point where I got the rice. No, so forgot. I remember it now. I left at the point where I can say got the rice. I was going to tell you guys how that rice was so much. There was so much rice that I you can so when I reached there, you can say the shop. I already you can see you can say that it was a nice shop and it was a well kept shop, है ना? And there were people you can say eating rice there, and I asked the guy how much did the rice cost, and he told me that it costed rupees 30 or rupees 25 or rupees 20. It was you can say quite less and less than rupees 40. I remember less than rupees 30 and for 20 and 30. It was like rupees 20 and 30, and it was so value for money. I couldn't even finish my plate. It was so spicy, man. It was so spicy and so good. Spicy in a good way. I like spicy food. So when I was eating it and I couldn't finish it, I looked at the you can say shop owner, and he said to me, "Would you like to you can say make?" And he himself asked me that if I would like to pack the you can say the leftover rice, and then he gave me the rice pack, and then he packed up the rice for me and gave it to me, and then I took it with myself. And this rice is important for the storyline, so please remember this. So this was one of the my best experiences in Bangalore. That rice shop. If you ever go to Bangalore, I feel like I don't really remember. You can say I suppose I faintly I remember that you can say where this shop is, but I I feel like won't be able to get there because when you have something so nice that you feel like you couldn't you can say get it again. Now it's something like that. It feels something like something that when something very nice happens, now you feel like it's not going to happen again. You have a you can say slight dread in your heart. That's the you can say fear I have. That's the fear because of which I feel like I wouldn't be able to you can say search for that shop again. But I'm quite sure that if I go to Bangalore, that Bangalore station the next time in the future, if for some reason, because I'm not going there for you can say I am not the kind of person who will travel a lot. I know it, but I can if in future anything can happen. And if I ever visit Bangalore, then I would definitely like to visit that shop and thank him personally, give him a tip because he gave. I will tell you what the rice did for me. So I went back to the station, and this time they were, as I was telling you guys, as there was COVID, it was COVID time, so there were police patrols, है ना? Police were patrolling the railway station for like for like quite a bit. In like 2 hours, I saw five policemen, I suppose, that you can say took a round of the whole perimeter. I don't know why they were so strict that day, but I feel like it was COVID and it was much more stricter. They were much more stricter than the police in Delhi and the control in Delhi. है ना? So Bangalore was much more you can say constructed. And I told them that I was waiting for my friend and that his train was going to come late and I had to wait for him. Then I will go with to hotel with him. So they let me they let me wait for him because I was talking in English. So they thought that I was you can say quite an intellectual fellow, है ना? Intellectual guy, or you can say I was a student. You can say they felt like I was just not very harmful, and I know about COVID-19 and stuff like that. And whatever the reason they wanted the railway station to be empty, they didn't felt me as a threat, treated me as a threat. But as the time went on, there was you can say I had to poop no and stuff like that. I have to move around a bit, move around a lot to find you can say you can say jump from railway station to sorry, platform to platform to find to find the trains to you can take a shit in, and you do try to understand. You can say because the trains are standing, that's when I can go and take a shit because the toilets in the railway on the railway station on Bangalore took rupees 10 to you can say to let you take care of your business. No, even if it was only a one number, है ना? One number means you can say even if you even have to take a piss, then it will cost you like uh, I don't know what it will cost to. I suppose it will cost you like 10 rupees, and I pay to pay 10 rupees for what do you even call it? I paid 10 rupees. How do I even exit from here? So I paid 10 rupees. I didn't want to pay 10 rupees for what do we call it for using the toilet now, so I have to go from platform to platform. I remember that I had luggage with me, है ना. So I have to carry it around for quite a bit because we have to for jumping over the stations. I couldn't jump from the railway tracks now because there are police many policemen there, and if I did that, then my chances of you can say staying in the platform would you can say lower down quite a bit. So I restrained myself, you can say, of doing that, and I have to use the stairs, the longest stairs, to reach even other points, to reach the destination that I wanted. So that's why I was very tired, and that's where the you can say rice comes into picture. I didn't bought anything else. I just ate the rice for the you can say for the whole evening, and it was quite enough to you can say make me go keep me going, and it was you can say tasty too because as I already told you, it was spicy, and spicy food doesn't get bad. I don't know why I think like that, but it doesn't. It wasn't. It didn't went bad. It didn't go bad. It didn't went bad. I can see it clearly, and I just truly felt you can say the love they have put in you can say into the packaging. Man, it was just so such a good nice even after you can say all that time. Ranu is always sleeping, man, because she is so tired. She did not should not work so hard. And the Instagram reels also said that Shanyun is you can say kind of a mommy, and I'm also feeling like it. She is not a real mommy. She is the real mommy, that cloud retainer. Let us you can say leave it at that, and I will continue the story. So now the main part starts. Now as the you can say day came to an end, and the nightfall that you can say began. Was very tired, as you know, because I have been running around the whole day. I already told you about the photograph thingy and how I need, and even at the photograph thingy, I needed to, you can say, what do we call it? I should bargain every single time I go to a, you can say, place because bargaining doesn't make you look bad, man. Because it's not your money. Once it's if it's not your money, that you don't have the right to feel ashamed about it. I'm starting to feel it now, and I'm starting to also feel some things like you should not put up a face for at least in front of others to make them think that to make them like you and stuff like that. Just be the real self. Just be your real self and do whatever and speak whatever you want to speak. But at least be respectful for everyone else because if you don't treat any other persons with respect and kindness, then they won't return it. Now, life, you can say the world is like a mirror. So let us leave it at that and let us continue to my story and let the Genshin Impact continue with their story. If you want to, you can just see this story, then mute me and read the subtitles. But you cannot read the subtitles because I am already playing at a very you can say, low resolution scale. I lowered down everything just for playing. You can see Genshin Impact. I also you can say windowed Genshin Impact and also synced it. So let's not talk about that. We will talk about our life. As the day ended, so I was tired and I wanted to get a some sleep. So I couldn't sleep till 10 because there were too many you can say policemen taking around, and then I found a spot, and a spot where it was like a tree growing in the railway station. I don't know how, and there were you can say what do we call it, some pavement on it because the tree was in the middle of the relation. So I suppose it was an ancient tree or something like that, and they didn't want to cut it down. But it was because it's some kind of platform, no. So I first tried to sleep on the bench, but there were some anti, you can say, I couldn't sleep on it. Anti sleepers, I guess. They weren't very comfortable enough. Were not any comfortable enough, and it was a time you can say some a little bit of winter time. So it was you can say nearly coming. Then the winter was nearly coming, and so they were cold winds. So I just took my you can say blanket and just you can say sat on the side of the you can say, layered on the side of the tree and just put my blanket on myself. And I was just going to sleep. Then suddenly I felt a poke on my you can say butt, and there was a policeman stand. The policeman just stated to me, and I was nearly half asleep. I was nearly half asleep because I was so tired, man. I just as I put my you can say blanket on, I felt sleepy enough, and I just gone to sleep. I just was going to sleep, man. Was nearly in sleep, but just day after that, I felt a poke, and there was a policeman, and he interrogated me about where he was going, where I was going to go, what I am waiting for, why I'm you can say doing this kind of stuff because there was nobody at the platform. I'm telling you, the platform was clear. So he asked me that you could not stay here because of the COVID-19 guidelines and stuff like that. I tried to reason with him. I didn't try to reason with him because I was at the wrong. So I just took my blanket, and it was a quite a messy situation because I was using my luggage as my as my pillow and stuff like that. quite a messy situation because I was nearly half asleep. And if you can say, if you know when you're half asleep and you have to run from someone, then you are not very stable on your feet. No? And I was not running, but I had to walk away. And now the you can say what do we call it? And now the deadly part came. I will exaggerate a little, but it was scary, man. So now I have no place to sleep. I was thinking that I should, you can say, go to the another platform and try to sleep there, but the policemen were, you can say, taking quite a bit of rounds. So I have to be careful. I saw the policeman, you can say, going back for the round, and I felt like if I went back there, then I would definitely end up in jail because I was, you can say, what do we call it? I'm not a child anymore. No, they can put me in jail and stuff like that. Now, I just came here to, you can say, give an interview of SSB, and if I, you can say, end up in jail, then my whole career would have ended right there. So I thought that it would be quite reasonable for me to just get out of the platform because I've already analyzed the policemen taking rounds and stuff like that. So I did my thing, and now I found a, you can say, spot. There was a, you can say, alleyway, you can say, what do we call it, taking my taking you back from the, you can say, railway station towards the main road. No, so I took it, and it led me, the black alley led me to a, you can say, dark place, and then it, you can see, there were houses nearby, and they were, because construction works was going on. No, so there was, you can say, just as where construction where the construction works goes on, no, there the construction workers make small sheds out of cardboard and tin and stuff like that and live there. So I have to, you can say, I went in between the, you can say, houses, between the houses and towards the main road, and I then, you can say, kept on walking around the railway station and the photograph shop, the road between the photograph shop for all night long. I was, you can say, very, you can say, tired, and I had to poop and stuff like that because when you're asleep you do not need to poop, but when you're awake you need to poop, you need to eat as a piss and stuff like that. I did some stuff, I pissed, and you can say, ran at random places. I also tried to go into a temple, but the dogs there, you can say, barked at me, and I couldn't, you can say, get inside the temple. And it was such a, you can say, I felt so bad that there because I felt like even God was not, you can say, the place where the God lives, that is the temple, is not allowing me inside, and the gods were guarding that place. I felt like the world was, you can say, just against me at that point. I just felt so disheartened at that point. I can just now, I just got shivers in my with the chest. My hairs went up, even goes up. You can say my whiskers goes up, or where hair my, you can say, stands up. I have goosebumps. I have goosebumps even after, even if I think about that night because it was a cold night. I will tell you that much. Even if it was not so cold, but it was a cold night for me, and I got to, you can say, understand many things about life. That in life you are so, if you are, you can say, away from your home, and when you feel this kind of thing for the first time, no, you will feel cold air breathing to your, you can say, whole body. You don't understand it. You will not understand it until you feel it like me. I just, you can say, understood what it felt like to have to fear. Haven't had, you can say, fear. I have, you can say, faced fear quite a bit, you can say, because of everything like that. And I will tell you guys, there's some kind of domestic violence that I've sensed fear, but that fear, that at that moment, that I remember the taste of that fear because there are different tastes to fear, है ना? And some fears are good, and some fears are, you can say, these are, you can say, bad fears. That tasted like bad fear, and some fears are, you can say, good, like you can say you play harshly and you can say punch each other, and some kind of fears are, you can say, good, and but some kinds of fear are so drastic that fear that I was, you can say, going around and around, no? What do we call it? Going round and round the circles, what do we even call it? In the of the railway station and the photograph shop and the bus station, because the bus station was right next to the railway station. I was going around and coming back to the railway station again to that platform. The platform was, you can say, at the edge of it, no? Like it was like the last platform or the first platform. So I just, you can say, make the round and around and around, so that the policeman would also not see me, and I could just, you can say, keep on walking and walking. I didn't, you can say, went too much inside the railway station because if I went too much inside the railway station, then the policeman can spot me and he would ask me to interrogate me again, and this time I wouldn't be able to, you can say, make excuses. No, I didn't make made any excuses. I didn't want to spend my money on my I didn't, I suppose I felt like I didn't have the money to live in the hotel rooms. I feel like, and I didn't deserve it too because I haven't gotten a job till yet, and I still feel like that. But it's all right. It's all right now because I'm doing. I'm trying to. You can say I'm trying to do what I'm trying to do. So it was just going on. The life was just going on and on. So that day, for like 4 or 5 hours, I just, you can say, walked, and I was just so tired right then. And then I sat down in the alleyway, and this is where the story gets dark. You know? This is Listen to this, and you will get goosebumps. So then I, you can say, sat down in the alleyway. I felt like nobody is going to say anything to me, and I could just sit down there and, you can say, spend my, you can say, rest of the time of the day because I have to wait for, you can say, 4 or 5 p.m. till my friends arrived from using the airplane. That friend name was, I told you in the previous video, so I'm not going to tell you this time. So I waited for him. I have to wait for him to arrive. So I have quite a bit of hours left. And also it was 4 a.m. in the morning. Just I sat down there. And after some time, there was a, you can say, policeman or guard uncle that came to me and said to me, "What are you doing here?" So I was, you can say, wearing quite decent clothes as compared to the other, you can say, people that the construction workers were wearing. Na? So he said to me that you should not sit there in that alley. This is where it gets interesting. He said to me, you shouldn't sit here because if you sit here, then you will be ripped apart of your possessions. And they were, you can say, he said to me that they were, you can say, what do you call it? They were thugs here and stuff like that. And all the, you can say, dangerous kind of stuff people that lived there, he said to me. And then I looked around and I felt, you can say, I saw some people, a mother breastfeeding her child, and people they're looking kind of scary and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel you will feel like I'm exaggerating. But I used to do that in the past. But it was clear as day. I saw it. I saw the fear in the. You can say when you can. I can feel it right now. When he said to me that you should not sit here. No, I felt like so helpless at that moment. I just saw there, looked around and looked at the poverty and looked at the, you know, the people's faces, looked at some of the people that actually look like thugs. Sorry for, you can say, saying, not judging someone on the basis of the looks, but when the uncle said, when someone says to you this, something like this, then you just get the presumptions, no. And I was, you can say, the first I was, it was my first time, you can say, getting out of my, what do you call it, getting out of my house. So it was quite an experience for me. I was just, you can say, quite a bit scared at that moment. I am telling you guys, it was such a life changing, you can say, moment. Life changing moment. No, it was not a life changing moment. It was life threatening moment, to say the least. I just felt too much scared. I was feeling so scared at that very moment. You can smell the fear in there. I am still getting goosebumps at that side. But then I, you can say, uh, then he took me and said to me that I should sit down at the, you can say, where they was, you can say, they were selling tea and stuff like that. So I sat there and waited around till like 10 or to 10, and then I started walking in because I don't know where the energy came from, but I went again for the rice and I ate rice, but this time the quantity was quite normal. Uh, and it was nice. I suppose I was quite, what do we call it, hungry at that point because I have been walking all day night and I hadn't had sleep. So I just, you can say, went around and walked around for quite a bit. Then I went to the bus station and asked some of a friend of mine, whoever that dude was, I asked him to look after my belongings, and I then gave the dude 10 rupees for doing some taking care of my business, that is the piss and poop and stuff like that. No, and that was good, man. And then the story ends, I suppose. After that, I got a call from my friend and he asked me that he told me that he was going to arrive at, you can say, Bangalore in quite, you can say, in some time. So that's all about it. Then I met up my friend when then look, wait a minute, I had a little bit of itch down in my, you can say, some of the private agents, you know. Sorry for speaking like this. I know I'm gross, but once you can see, you have gone through my life, you will not feel gross about it. I will tell you that much. Just let it be, let it be. Where I was, I wasn't, you can say, doing it. Didn't itch myself with the wrong places. At least I will tell you that much that I didn't itch myself in the wrong places. If you are getting, you can say, what do you call it? Kind of, you can say, what do we call it? Fed up about me telling about my itches. So I am extremely sorry for that. I was itching my back because my back hurts a little bit because of playing football and it itches too. So is that let us not think about it. Let's talk about what happened next. So I went to the hotel room and this time he asked me to come at, you can say, at a place, and again the auto drivers ripped me off my money because they took me 150 rupees for like 2 kilometers. 150 for like 2 kilometers. What is, does this even make sense? 150, 150 or 250, I don't remember. He just ripped me off. I just remember that. And my friend told me that you are such a fool. And then we went to hotel room where I have to give 500 rupees it as my share of money, and I didn't even got half side of the bed. It was like a two double bed, and we were four guys sharing that bed, and it was just pathetic. And I couldn't even, you can say, tell them that I was not getting enough amount of space. It's just sad, but it's all right. And then at least they, you can say, let me join them. You. Where do we even have to go? Oh, I got it. I got it. So now I suppose after that we went to the SSB, and in the SSB I will tell you the story about SSB. Let us continue with it. There, the SSB was quite a bit, you can say, mm, refreshing journey for me because when I arrived there, everybody was, you can say, quite rich and stuff like that. Everybody was quite privileged. Everybody wore suit and stuff like that. When we were waiting for when we were getting ready for our SSB, we were just looking at the mirror and just trying to get ourselves in the mood, get the confidence, and so we told ourselves to give our best. We told ourselves that we should have confidence in front of the interviewers, or whatever the stuff it is called. We trained ourselves for storytelling and stuff like that. At night, we even, you can say, had a little bit of competition, body showing competition and stuff like that. And it was all right. It was fun because after, you can say, after all this, you can say, sadness, I got a little bit of joy too because I went to I got to meet some of new friends of mine, and the returning journey was also quite interesting. I will have to tell you about that that too. You know, you can say, I will have to tell you about I can tell you about that because I'm not truly uh, what do we call it? I'm not truly paying attention to the impact right now. No? So first, I will tell you the result of SSB. I didn't got selected. I even now didn't got. I was just got screened out on the first day only. So it is screening is done. The screening and screen out is done in the first day. So I was screened out and my friend was screened in. So I and one more from Uttarakhand would have to, you can say, go to our place, to what do we even call it, to our place ourselves. So there is that too. And also it was this time, I suppose, some of the guy from Free Fire gave me Alok, and I told him that I got Alok, and I was happy, but I wasn't happy at all. I wasn't happy at all because you can say, got kicked out of SSB, and I was happy that he gave me Alok. It was pretty good. It was, you can say, such a nice experience for me that at least somebody was thinking about me. But let's just leave it for the another time because I already told you about one sad story, and if I go for those sad story, then I will start sobbing right in front of, you can say, I will start sobbing right in front of myself, and I don't want to see myself sobbing right now because I'm pretty, you can say, uh, happy. I'm pretty, you can say, happy that I'm happy. So let me smile for a bit and let me not remember more of my past mistakes. And it was not a mistake, but more of my past experiences because most of my past experiences are not, you can say, what to be mentioned, but they are what to be mentioned because somebody at least could understand how much pain I have felt. Hai. So at least that much. Or I should share my pain so that others can also cry for me. Because for, I couldn't cry, you can say, enough to, you can say, compensate for how much pain one has suffered or I have suffered. Just like Shanjun says, one has suffered so much pain that one couldn't even, you can say, try to even compare, or you can say even show how much pain that one has suffered via the use of tears. sometimes not, you can say, shedding a single tear. It should show that we have been suffering through a lot, and that's what the, I suppose that much is enough, I guess. That's much is enough. That this much is enough for today, I guess. I will just try to complete this story quest and see if I could, you can say, get somewhere, you can say, close to completing all four of the daily commissions, and then I can go ahead and spend some of my resin, I guess. To be, I can, you can say, also do some bosses right now. Also, we have a, you can say, a CAT exam tomorrow, so we have to give that too. Today is 15 February, so there is that too. I don't know what I'm talking about, but most of my neighbors are, you can say, keeping their ears out for me, but I will let them do that because what else do they would do? What else can they do? Because I'm actually trying something. No? So I'm pretty happy. I don't mind them doing that. I will just, you can say, try to keep on making these videos because I feel like by making these videos I'm getting, you can say, much more, you can say, extroverted, I feel like, because when you can say speak to yourself, then only you can say face other people. Because if you cannot speak to yourself fully and confidently and cannot, you can say, acknowledge your mistakes, and you can say, what do we call it, celebrate your winning, celebrate your wins and stuff like that, and acknowledge your losses, acknowledge your losses and celebrate your wins, then only you can say you become a better person, bigger person, not even better, you become a bigger person, bigger than anybody else in this world. So there's that too, and I always say that I am one of the best person that I have known, at least for myself, from what I've seen in this world, except for Dheeraj and what do we even call it, Dheeraj, Bunty, and stuff like that. Even Bunty, I couldn't even say keep in this category. Dheeraj would be one of them. Bhupesh would be one of them because he was too friendly. Sometimes being having one of their one of your qualities, so having such so much of one quality that it overlooks other qualities is also nice. Just like Bhupesh and like Dheeraj, he is so subtle and so what do we call it, submissive, but he's so demanding and respectful at the same time. I can't even understand it. He doesn't have, you can say, got the greatest amount of height, but he has got the greatest amount of characters, and character goes a long way. At least I know that much, at least from looking at him. So I also wish to become like these guys someday. Someday I'm trying to become like those guys, but I also feel like staying true to myself and staying what I am right now is also nice. I like telling stories, and these are not stories. These are, you can say, true happenings in my life. So I wouldn't, you can say, what do I even do? Where do I even go? Let me see. How do I even reach there? Let's go, Simchu. So I am giving quite a bit of speech today, so I will just stop right now and try to complete this story quest because it's quite a long quest. I will try to, you can say, complete this as soon as possible, because or else this event will go away and I wouldn't be able to, you can say, complete it. Still, I haven't, you can say, seen. Oh, what did I miss? I suppose I missed quite a lot chunk of story. I didn't was not paying attention at all. I wasn't paying attention at all to the story quest. But you can say favorite girls have gone, got a new clothes, so that's quite nice. Nah, you look quite good, man. Shina is also looking quite good. You don't have to, you can say, you don't have to show off your curves like that. Let us look. Because she is letting us, you can say, see, so why not see some beauty in her? But respectfully, always take respect, you can say, in treating the ladies, and always have respect for them because they suffer quite a bit for us, and they suffer quite a bit for in their life too. Women have suffered quite a bit, and so we should, women suffer quite a bit, है ना? So we should just respect them for their suffering. Though I have suffered the most, but I still respect every single person that comes to my path, in my path, especially women, because they deserve all the respect that we can give them. Uh, just let it be like that, and they look good, man. So there is that. Even when, you can say, relinquishing, or you can say admiring their beauty, we need to be respectful at every single time, because if we don't give respect, then how do we expect respect back from them? No. So this is the basic thing in life. If you don't, you can say, understand what the meaning of, you can say, giving respect truly means, then you don't, you can say, would never truly feel, get the feel to understanding how to receive respect back. Because you wouldn't, you feel like, you will feel like every nobody gets, you can say, returns your respect. And if somebody doesn't return the respect, then talk to them and let them talk. My mother told me that we should let them talk like that, because it's just their fault. Just leave them be, just like that, sir. I will not talk, give you his name, but I have to, you can say, face him tomorrow, and let's see. I will come back tomorrow again, I suppose, if I can, to tell you guys about what happened. So let us see. I wouldn't be able to, you can say, do these videos tomorrow, I guess, because I won't be having the time, I guess. But I will try to take the time out for this at least, because I feel like this is important for my character development right now. I'm going through a character development arc of my own in my life, and this part, this, you can say, this time of my life plays a great role in it. Even though I am disturbing some of the sleeps of some of the guys, but it's not, I'm not, you can say, speaking too loudly, I suppose, because it's my room, and I can at least, you can say, try to, and I can at least try to speak in English, no, or at least try out my English speaking skills are here, or else where else, or where else I would go. I can at least speak to myself, enough. So there is that, because they are not going to speak to me, and they are not going to help me improve. So I have to help me improve myself, because nobody is going to help you unless you help you yours, or unless you get, unless you help you yourself. So we have to wait for 2 days. Why do we have to wait for 2 days? I don't get it. We already celebrated it. No, let us wait for 2 days, and we have to also wait for 8 hours more, because it's not the correct time for the correct time right now. We have to wait for 8 o'clock, because I don't know why they will meet me at that time. They could have just told me that, told us that we would have to wait till 8 a.m. and stuff like that. But let's see how it's going to end. Also, we are just going to go and farm for the amino acid we set, and we can say keep the boss farming for Sunday, because that day I am not going to laze around the whole day. Nah, I know it. So I have to wait for 8 till 8. No, let us complete the story quest right now, because what else are we going to do? Right, right now, even though we should be sleeping, but we are doing this because why not? Who else? Who is there to stop us? Though we should, our morals. If someone asks you who is stopping you from doing this and this stuff, doing that, you should just say our moral, our morals, and stuff like that. Oh, we have to meet coming now. Let us go there and meet coming, and make sure that the event ends here, because we don't have, you can say, much say in this matter. I also, we have to complete this event. Let us see how many days are left, and I can, you can say, then say how much, you can say, time do we have left. So we have 10 days left. We have quite a bit of time left. I don't know why I'm rushing it, but sometimes rushing things is also nice, na? I hope that my headphones don't give out. I hope that my laptop doesn't give out, because most of my things generally give out, like my phone and my charger and a battery and stuff like that. We can just hope it, because nothing else is going to work. Let us see what Coming has to offer. I didn't even got to see the sequel where Coming is going to. I saw, you can say, what do we call it? A video where Coming was, you can say, dancing in the on the water. So we will have to see about it. Just make this quick, brother. We don't have too much time on our hands. No. Nice, nice. I completed the story, so you would not, you can say, what do we call it, be complaining anymore. Though I hardly believe that anybody is going to listen to these kind of stories, because nobody likes stories which are painful and have a painful ending. No, people. Oh, we are only at part three, so I suppose it's going to take quite a bit for us, quite a long time, or not. I just want to see John, what do we call it? Utao, you can say, in this, you can say, story arc, somehow at least. Or let us see where it is going. Where do we even have to go? I suppose we have to go up there. It's a nice village, man. I will say that much. It's a nice village that we have got here. Where do we have to go? Oh, let's try to make this up quick, because we need to, you can say, get going. I suppose I will try out my treasure team this time because treasure team is going to, you can say, try out my, you can say, sucrose because I saw a video today about national taser and some national team, and they were kicking asses with the national team. So I will also try to do so. Or sucrose team, I don't remember it. The national team, I suppose, comprises of sucrose, Sancho, Benny Boy, and Shangling. So let us see if we can, you can say, get somewhere with it. How much do we have to travel right now? I don't get it. Oh, we have to travel quite a bit. So let us first go to the place in Azuma and spend our resin and then think about what we are going to do next because sometimes you just need to spend your resin. I suppose we can, you can say, complete the spiral base with that team, but it's going to take us quite a bit of time because we don't know the rotation and stuff like that. But I hope that we have built, you can say, we have built our characters quite enough that we can do that. Let us see if we can. Also, I wasted my Simsios birds, so that's not nice. So let us see what do we have here. So we can just go with. So we have this team here, no, and we have this team here. So this is new team comp, no. So here we can put sucrose. Let us put sucrose here, even though Kazua is much more stronger here, but we can use Rosaria too. I haven't used Rosaria, but let's put Simcho in here, I suppose, and then let's put sucrose and see if she, you can say, makes quite a bit of difference here. Sucrose is only level 80, no, but Skazua is level 90, so he has a quite a bit of, you can say, advantage over my sucrose right now. Even though I build my sucrose up, you can say, from the very start, still I haven't got her, you can say, up to level 90 because I feel like Kazua is stronger. I don't know why, but Kazua's E skill and burst feels stronger than, what do we call it, than my sucrose's burst. Let them come here at the, what do we call it, at the very end. Do this, do this, do this, do this. Oh, they are dying quite quickly, I will have to say that much. Use our burst up, do this up, do this up, do this up. Oh, that was quite fast, I will have to say that much. But it could have been much more faster with my, you can say, Kazua. I feel like though Sucrose's, you can say, E skill radius is much more greater. No, Kazua's E skill radius is have quite a bit of suction pool, but Sucrose's E skill radius have, oh, this is a nice piece for someone at least. I will see if I can give this to her, I suppose, because energy recharge is is generally essential for every single one of our characters. Even what do you call it? Defense scaling characters can use it. Let us do this. Get here. Use our burst up. Use our burst up. Use our skills up. Let us hope that we don't die. Yup. Do this. Do this. Use our burst up. Do this up. Do this up. Do this up now. Use our burst up now. Do this up. Let us hope that we don't die. Why are we not dealing enough amount of damage? I don't get it. Do this up and she should die quite quickly. At least I hope so. We didn't use our VV set on her, so that's why we were not dealing enough damage to her. I suppose Sucrose is having at least having the VV set on her because it would be, you can say, not quite nice for us to not give Sucrose VV set because that's the, you can say, true essence of Animo, having an Animo character in the team right now. No? We will have a quick look at her at least this time. Just as we are going into the battle, we are going into the artifacts, we have the VC equipped on her, VV set equipped on her. Even though it's not, you can say, quite, it's not a nice VV set, but something is better than nothing. No, do this, use this. Why did I, you can say, swirl electro over pyro? I don't get it. I suppose I was, you can say, quite late in swirling. I got quite late in getting my, what do we call it, electro up. Sorry, pyro up, because pyro is the thing that we need. Do this. Oh, quite a big damage number right there. Use this, do this, and we are done. This team is also quite strong in itself, even though we need quite a bit of energy recharge on this in this team too. Let us see what do we got here. We got hydro damage bonus. This can be nice, but it doesn't have any crit damage or crit rate, or it would have been the best perfect piece for our Singcho. It could have been a missing piece. and missing piece of the puzzle, and we could have just been done with it, but it didn't have the crit damage and crit rate substat. Not even elemental mastery and energy charge, so we couldn't do anything about it. Do this, use our burst up, do this, use our this thing right here, use our burst right here, use our burst right here, do this right here, do this right here, go here, use our burst right here, do this right here, do this right here, do this right here, do this right here, go here, do this, use our burst right here. 50,000, 50k from our, you can say, Benny Boy's burst. What else do you need, man? Let us heal ourselves up and get going. We only have to do this for 2 or 3 times more and we will be done with it. Then I suppose I will call it a day, I guess, and we should be doing this tomorrow, because continuing this to learn tomorrow and day after tomorrow, whenever I have got the chance to, you can say, hop on to Genshin Impact, we will see about it. Also, I'm getting quite fluent in, you can say, doing multitasking right now, so there is that too. I just need to, you can say, get going with it. No, do this, use a nice. I was just, you can say, blown away by the, you can say, by our boss here, whatever he is called. Don't do this. Oh, how did I dodge that? I don't even know myself. I'm just a god in this game right now, man. Just a god in this game. Do this, do this, do this. Hope that he dies or she dies at least. Do this, die, die. I was just using auto aiming ability of the what do you even call it? What kind of users are these polearms? And but we have polearms, we have swords, catalyst. We have the catalyst users. No, so Sucrose is the catalyst user. I was using, what do you call it? Auto aiming of the catalyst users. They just lock onto the enemies, I feel like. So that's quite nice. Every enemy locks on the enemy, so in this game, so that's not a new thing, but I feel like uh, let us hope that we don't get blown away right now. Yep, we didn't got blown away, so that's nice. Go to Simcho, do this now. Don't do, you can say, this kind of stuff. Okay. Do this, use our A skill again. Let us hope that we are going to kill them quite fast this time. Yep, yep. This run was much more faster than the previous one, but we could do better. We can do better. I know that, but we are not going to try to do better because it's working. And if something is not broken, then don't try to fix it. Just try to improve it. Let's go. Let's get going. Use our burst up, because why not? Use my burst up. Do this. Use our burst up. Why did it go? Why did it go the electro aura? I don't get it. This is the thing that I don't get. Do this. Use our burst up. We got rid of this dude so quickly this time. Use our burst up, because why not? Do this again. Use this again. Do this, and we are done. 38 seconds again. So I suppose the damage output is remaining is the same, and we just need to make our rotations better. Oh, we got HP, energy charge, and mental mastery, but didn't got any crit rate and crit damage, and I don't suppose we are lucky enough to get crit damage and crit rate as the last substat for our fourth with random art selector on these kind of things. So we can try at least. I will try it, but it's not going to happen. I know it for sure. Do this. Let him come back to us. Come back to us, brother. Don't do this to us. Go there. Use our burst up. Get here again. Hope that he doesn't kills us. He don't kill us. Nor does she. This dude kills us. I don't know how her shield is going down so quickly, but at least she is dying. So I'm not complaining. Use her burst up, because why not? Come closer to us, brother. We don't have time for all this. Nice. Now after this will be the last one, or this is the last one? I don't remember it. Is this the last one? Let us see fast for ourselves. Why is there not a skip button right here? Just make it quicker, man. Make it snappier. We need everything snappy. Nice. So we have pyro damage bonus with nothing, you can say, nothing at all in the substat. So we are not going to use it at all. We are just going to go ahead and see what else can we do. I suppose we can claim our daily commission rewards, because we already completed quite a bit of story quest of this, you can say, at least this commission. So what do we got here? So we have completed two of these thingies. We have to collect some festive sheet, fevers and stuff like that. Two, do we complete? Did we completed our daily commissions? Whatever the stuff it is called. Nice. We completed our 4 daily commissions. So I'm quite happy with that. So let us now go ahead and do this and claim all of our stuff up, because why not? We can claim that thingy later on. And I know why there is Z dots every single where that we are saying in every single place that we want to go to has a red dot on it. So we'll just go to Monster and claim all of our stuffs and stuff up, and then I suppose I can pay a little bit of free fire and stuff like that. Don't be, you can say, too prejudgy about, you can say, that I play free fire and stuff like that. When it did don't get a phone, na, and you have quite a lower end phone, then you play free fire only. Don't talk to me about PUBG and stuff like that. Like, even then, if you want to make us look, you can say, what do we call it, underprivileged and stuff like that, then I suppose you are correct. We were underprivileged and it's a fact, so I will accept it. And you can make fun of us for it, but you will have to I will have to admit that it's, you can say, nice. It's a nice game. I will have to admit that much. Any game that you can play with your friends is nice, and any game that can make you laugh at least, it is nice. We won't, you can say, we won't, I suppose on that matter you won't argue with me at least. You won't argue with me at least on that matter, no? So we got a pull. Let us pull from the either and see if we can get at least a single 4 star. We didn't got a single 4 star, so that's quite nice. We got black desert. So I suppose this will do for today. And with that, I'm signing off. See you guys in the next week. Bye. Oh, where do I, you can say, close this thing?